How you doing, Alex James?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
You alright? How you doing?
Yeah, very, very happy,
Exciting times, isn't it, for you guys?
very excited. Yeah.
I saw your post with all the. I think are you about 4,000 or something now? Are you at 4,000 yet? Streams.
Well, we were almost around there. We're
Almost,
sitting
yeah.
around 3,200 currently.
Jeez. What do you think about that? How do you feel?
I mean, it's pretty baffling, isn't it? That I've made this song and it's almost done better than I would have ever imagined.
So, what I remind us what we're talking about here. We're talking about your new single, aren't we? So
Yeah.
what's it called?
So the new single is called "I Said That You Looked Fine."
So what was the aim? Kind of what was your main idea behind it?
So my main idea was based around this concept of rejection, which a lot of people like deal with on a daily basis. Well, in their life at some point. So I thought I could base a song around that theme. And then what I did is I pictured in my head, so you're in a bar and you walk up to this girl or boy, just depends on who you are. You tell them, you say, "Oh, you look fine," and they ultimately turn you down and you never see them again. So it was kind of that concept of never seeing that person again.
Yeah.
So then I built a riff around this idea, and I kind of really like this riff, so I was like, right, we're going to build from there. So I made up some lyrics and then some drums, and stuff like that, and as it came together it just turned into this really nice song.
Super catchy. I was playing it. I just played it to one of my PAs and he was like,
Yeah.
a proper professional. You can hear like bands in the studio, you can hear it. You can hear it playing at festivals, you can hear it playing at Radio 1, you can hear it, and they actually compared it to like Alex Turner actually.
Yeah, it's like
But
that singable part at the end where it's like the oars.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like you're singing them behind the. Then you get in the crowd going. Oh, oh.
I love it. You can see that. I can see that happening as well.
And it's even better because with people with Duchenne, musicians with Duchenne, it's kind of like if you're in that situation, it's even more interesting because it's like, whoa, there's a guy in a wheelchair on the stage.
It helped promo as well, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's like, why not? Why not?
Why not use it as promo?
Exactly.
It does. Why not? Exactly. So that's your second single, isn't it? So
yeah,
what was your first single? When was that?
So my debut single was released last year, the 8th of May.
Okay.
And that was called Direction.
Yep.
So that was based all around heading in a better direction, like this positive outlook on life that I have Duchenne, and I'm going to find my way through using music.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the foundation song of the band.
Yeah, and it was during COVID as well, so I think that was quite a positive.
Yeah, because it was during COVID, it was a lot harder to get it out there. So
yeah.
Originally Direction did okay, but it didn't do as well as the current one.
Yeah.
Because with promotion and stuff, it's really difficult to like use effective PR, especially when you've got no experience. And if you want professional PR, it's like £500 for a campaign, and it's like you can't really afford that.
Yeah, it's also kind of self-promo, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of it.
And that does take a lot of energy out here, like mentally, because you're writing up all your own Instagram posts, Facebook posts, Twitter posts.
Yeah, it feels like there's more time going into promo than actually making music or doing any music.
Yeah. So you've got the separate sections. It's like you've got the music making part.
You've got the bit almost.
You've got the mixing and mastering where you get your song sounding good.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got your promotion plan.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you need all them to work together to get it somewhere.
Yeah, I always find it strange that like no matter how good your song is, you don't have promo, then
it won't work.
Exactly, because it's funny, you think of, say like for me as someone like who makes beats, when you hear like, say a song in the chart, say like a Drake song, say like his beat is like simple, and like I honestly think that's what my beats are better than the one that Drake uses. But if you don't have any way of getting it out, then it's kind of pointless.
I do feel like a lot of local musicians have this issue where they're making better music than some of these professionals.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, it's really difficult if you're not seen. You could do even the best promo, but if you're not reaching out to the right people, it's not going to go anywhere. And that's quite difficult, because if it doesn't go anywhere, then you're stumped and like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, it's frustrating because you're thinking no matter how good the music I'm making is, it's not reaching to the right people.
But I think the important thing about making music and creating content is obviously you've got to make sure that you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're enjoying it, because if you're doing it to a point where you're forcing it out just to give people something, that's when you kind of, it's going to take over you mentally.
Yeah.
So you need to focus on self-health and stuff, and make sure you're feeling it. Make sure you're well before your audience, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you're not making it for you first, then you think you're going to run into problems.
If you're making music almost to be successful, it's gonna, if you set your expectations too high, it's gonna come to a point where if it doesn't get to a certain point, you're gonna be like kind of stumped, and that negative energy kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that as well. So we'll kind of go back to when you were younger.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you start out with music, and how did it all kind of happen?
So, really, in my family, there's quite a lot of musical influence going around. Like, my mum would play a lot of 80s tracks, 90s tracks, and I kind of have that influence. Both my granddads on both sides of my family, obviously did music, so they played guitar and sang and stuff. But obviously, over the years of growing up, I listened to a lot of different music, but it was mainly like pop music and stuff. But when I went to secondary school, I started up drum lessons in year 8. So drums is the first instrument that I started playing. And obviously, I got into rock music through that, because a lot of the exams were rock school. So all the songs were like AC/DC and stuff like that, Bon Jovi, stuff like that. So I kind of did that for many years, drumming and stuff, and I kind of got into it. Like it was almost in that first lesson that I realized I have the rhythm and the potential to play drums. And obviously that progressed over time, and I joined a choir towards the end of secondary school, so I figured out I could sing a little bit, but I was still kind of in the shell. Then after that, I decided, right, do I do my A-levels or music? And obviously music was the path I went for. We just decided it was best for me to go down that route, because I had that knowledge. So in college, I played drums for quite a bit, but obviously my arms deteriorated a lot, so I couldn't no longer keep up with rock drumming. So what I did with that is I moved over to jazz drumming and played in a big band. But what happened in college is I got encouraged to sing a song, which was "Rule the World" by Take That, which is quite cringy, I know, but I sung that. Probably not the best, but I mean, you've got to start somewhere, you know what I mean? There's probably a video on YouTube or something, but from that moment forward, I wanted to do singing, so I got singing lessons. Then I kind of went into musical theatre. So I did a lot of musical theatre singing, and I was in a performing arts group and stuff like this. And
so this was at college, yeah. So when did you leave school then?
So that was 2013. I left school.
Jeez.
So that's.
So were you in fourth year then? What year did you leave? Did you leave earlier?
I left in year 11.
Oh, so yeah, like in Scotland we don't have that.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? Yeah. It's all right.
So is that like the end of high school or?
Yeah, the end of high school.
Oh, right, okay,
okay. Yeah, and then you go into college, and then uni.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think they're kind of a little bit different the way we work it, but.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So what age are you right now? I actually forgot to ask that.
So I'm actually 24 right now. So and I've been doing music for 7-8 years now.
It's actually not that long.
It doesn't feel like it, but if the amount of where I've come from, the building blocks up to this point, it would be crazy to put it on a timeline.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how much I've achieved like over that 7 years.
It's actually not that long because you hear of like people making music since they were like 3.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
But you started only like when you're 16, 17.
Yeah.
So that's quite that's quite good that you kind of started.
That was kind of when I started music properly, if you know what I mean. Like I did GCSE music and all that in school and the drum lessons and all that. But I never thought of it going somewhere. It was just almost like you're doing it because it's part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
But as soon as I went to college, I found my identity and started listening to different genres like metal, rap, all the different genres. Because I was just stuck in one genre. I was stuck in the top 40.
Yeah.
But when I went to college, all these different people listening to like the Smiths, Stone Roses, Oasis, and stuff like that. And I really started getting into that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're talking about different genres.
Mm-hmm.
But what? Well, actually, I forgot to ask. So, as someone with Duchenne, do you think those other when you were growing up, was it more difficult, to get into music, and how can we kind of make it less difficult for people, for disabled people, kind of to get into music? Because I think a lot of people think that it's not really, they don't really link the two. When there's definitely a shortage of disabled artists, I'd say.
So the main aim of our band is to like inspire people with disabilities to come forward and want to do music, and show that we are trying to make it more accessible, and we are trying to show that people in wheelchairs or those who have hidden disabilities, anything, just anyone can do music, because it's a universal language and almost something everyone can do if they're allowed to. Like, they're given that push. I almost got given that push at every point. Like at school I got pushed to do music in college, then my lecturers in college pushed me on to uni, and then from uni I did my master's degree, and now I'm doing the teaching. So it's kind of something has to push you to begin with to get you into that inspiration of music and wanting to play and perform, and you don't know that you can do it until you actually try.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things.
I always feel like I learned like one instrument, but if you learn that one instrument, you want to do more. Because if you learn an instrument and you kind of stumped and not getting anywhere with it, try and find something that you're gonna do your best in, and then once you're confident in that, build your confidence to want to do more stuff. So the drums led to singing, the singing led to guitar and bass and stuff like that, and it's all kind of a sequence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So I already went through kind of what age you started. So the band, how did that come about? I kind of read that it was through your
degree,
wasn't it? So
yeah, so it was through my master's degree, which was a couple of years ago, and I just finished that in November, and got I think it was a merit for that.
Oh, nice.
So that was pretty good. Considering the last year was over COVID, so it was really ruined.
Yeah.
So I was meant to do a performance, but ended up doing recordings at home.
Yeah. So yeah, I was the same. I just finished my masters last year as well.
But what we did, there was a group of friends I was in with, and I had a drummer, guitarist, and a guy who played drums, but went over to bass for me. So I said, lads, do you want to play my music? So I'd written these music and lyrics, got them into the rehearsal room, and was like, let's play these. And we kind of developed. Yeah, I wrote all the music and lyrics, but obviously I gave them parts, and they kind of built upon that. So they kind of put their own little stamp on each of the parts. And obviously I told them to do that because I wanted the band where we all have unique identities kind of thing. But obviously Alex James, like me, would be the front man, because obviously the band was going to be based around the idea of Duchenne and empowering other people. So I'm kind of the front man, and they kind of play behind me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Almost like a Sam Fender style band.
Okay. Yeah, because I like to ask about that actually, because generally some people might get confused that it's like one person, but it isn't.
Mm-hmm. But it's like a selection of people.
I do know there's a few other kind of that style about. But so is it like, is it a band or not a band? Got people wondering that.
I'd say it was
like a collection, or
I'd say it's a collective. Yeah, it's a alternative indie rock band. So it's like alternative rock combined with indie rock kind of influences. So the influences are like the Stone Roses, Royal Blood, Oasis, Sam Fender, the Pale White, which I've got the album behind me.
Yeah, you can really hear the Royal Blood kind of grunginess.
I really like that energy, like Foo Fighters as well. That's kind of my thing. Yeah, but definitely. Originally on the master's degree, we did a set of punk rock music.
Yeah.
So we did like Stacey's Mom, Basket Case, and like all of that, and we did that first before we did any of the originals. But that kind of, so this is where the band came from. It kind of came from that performance. I was like, right, I've written these songs and I need a band. Would you be able to help me, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And then we just developed the music and made it happen. And I was just amazed by what I'd done. I'd like written this music, and now it's become this song.
Aye. Pretty amazing that you can just develop like that. If you've got the idea, then I can just kind of go for it.
I've almost got a computer full of ideas.
Yeah.
It's like a full hard drive of just unfinished stuff.
So have you got like riffs and lyrics and stuff just all?
Yeah, definitely.
It's sort of exciting to see more of that in the future.
Yeah, there'll be a lot to work with in collaborations or anything like that.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. So, so how take it you all met each other through uni, and you're just friends now? Yeah, is that just how it happened?
Yeah, we were kind of almost like friends on the course. Two of the members were like ex-members, so they were like not ex like uni students. So they'd already graduated. And obviously my drummer was on the master's degree with me, so we kind of glued together that way. Because we got a new drummer trying out currently. The ex-drummer, who's called Joe, and he was on all the recent singles. He obviously had to leave because he was committing to too many bands, so we kind of had to find a new drummer. So we're currently trying out new people to see if it to try and glue together. But we're just waiting to get back in the rehearsal room to try and
because you can't really
glue it together and try and get back into it.
Nice. So when did you record this song?
This was recorded last March before the lockdown, before the first. So before the first lockdown, it was one day before I went into Shieldon, so it was March 16th. I finished recording the vocals for it.
God, I bet you couldn't wait to get it out then.
So we did it over 3 weeks.
That long?
We did it over 3 weeks, and then kind of the day after I was in Shieldon, and then obviously everything kicked off. I was like, 3 weeks, that won't be too bad. And here we are a year later.
And I was just about out of it.
Yeah.
In one piece.
I know.
So that was last year. So what's your aim for the next year then? Would it just be to kind of get a new drummer and get maybe one or two more?
Yeah, I think like this year, like I'm wanting to get the drummer sorted. Obviously there's someone trying out currently. And what I'm wanting to do is release a single every few months maybe, because I've got a few more in the bank that have been recorded that are ready to go. They just need mixing and mastering, and okay. I've got someone on that, so like a professional guy who really made. I said that you looked fine, sound amazing. So I was a bit uncertain about it, but as soon as he sent the mix, I was like, "What have you done?" I was like, "This is amazing." He was like, "I've just done what you asked." And I was like, okay, I'll be having you for all of them.
Nice one. So that's the next year, but
yeah.
What about the next kind of 5 years? Quite a big question.
Next 5 years.
5 years, what's the aims?
Well, with the teaching, I'm hoping to be doing music teaching in primary, like education. And I'm hoping to do a few performances maybe over the year as a band, do some help charities out.
Yeah.
And I want to connect with more disabled musicians to try and inspire them, or them inspire me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like almost like you're helping each other out.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just want to try and help people and just do my best and keep making music.
So, I'll actually touch on the performance thing first before we get towards the end. So have you performed live before?
We've performed live in the university. So we've done plenty of like live performances, like student concerts and for assignments and stuff. So I've done plenty of that, but we've never, as of yet, performed the full set of songs. And when we do, it's just going to blow people away because they're not ready for all the songs that I've written that haven't been heard yet.
Yeah.
They've only been heard by a few people, so it's kind of, I'm excited to share new stuff and write new stuff and get people singing along.
So do you think you were nervous, or do you think you'll be nervous, or is it more excitement for getting on stage?
I think it's more excitement to get on stage and show that someone with Duchenne can do this thing and defy the odds and all that.
So, like, kind of access to venues and stages and stuff. What extra challenges do you think we face as disabled people?
The biggest challenge is probably not the music itself. It's probably getting on the stage. Obviously, if you're in a big power chair, you're going to need loading ramps to get you on the stage. But I've seen loading ramps, they'll get amps on the stage. So why not get a wheelchair on the stage? Yeah,
it's kind of so many venues where
I feel
I've been to where there's no access.
There's so much around health and safety and stuff, but we shouldn't be treated like a health and safety object. We're not like a chair blocking we're actually a person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they need to put into the risk assessment. So wheelchair people are coming to perform, they write that up in the risk assessment and make sure they have access onto the stage.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, and the toilet.
It's not too much to ask to get on the stage and be able to go to the toilet.
I know. Even a backstage room where you can do your business or that kind of thing that you need to do as a disabled person. Obviously, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And obviously, those who are not in wheelchairs might be able to get on the stage, but may need assistance.
Yeah, exactly.
But my band kind of just tie me on the stage. They'll lift the whole chair.
Aye.
All 5 of them will just get around me and pick me up. And it's not that hard because it's 5 people.
Yeah. So
and it's just...
I think we need to just get on with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Better like health and safety and stuff like that.
I think we kind of we're trying to show people that you don't have to make a big fuss. Oh, he's someone in a wheelchair. You've got to make a massive fuss.
Everyone move out the way.
It's always a big fuss when you go to a gig and you're like,
Aye.
Can we just keep it? Because they like start panicking when stuff goes wrong and you're just sat there like, it's fine.
Like, calm down.
Just take it slow. We're fine. He's like, oh no, what am I doing? And you're like, right. Because they don't want to see you get hurt.
I like if somebody don't know, if they're drinking, they kind of bump into you. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, and they freak
out. What are you talking about? Just get on with it.
It's like, it's all right. You've just bumped into me. Just imagine I'm like a normal person.
You haven't broken me. Aye, exactly.
Until they like fall on you, and you get like angry at them. You're like, get off me.
Aye, I know that happened to me once. I was a bit drunk and I ran somebody over.
Yeah, I've gone over some feet before.
Well, this guy actually hit him and he actually went fleeing to flying on the floor.
Oh god!
I'm he was about to get up and punch me, and then he saw I was in a wheelchair, and then he kind of withheld himself.
I suppose that's a good thing. That's kind of a good thing.
You can just see that in the news, drunk guy in a wheelchair gets battered.
I'm usually quite careful, but it's other people who bump into you or get in your face. I've had many times where people just get in your face and they'll like grab your hand and hold your hand in your air, and I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. But sometimes if the song's and everyone's got their hands in the air, I'll be like, go on. But to just hold my arm in the air, I'm like, you're gonna dislocate my shoulder. I'm like, calm down.
When I saw Nas.
Yeah.
Nas the rapper. Some woman came up to me and just started waving my hand.
Yeah, it's always the oldest women.
Aye, they always just feel like they can wave people's hands with it.
They kiss you on the face and you're like,
aye.
Did I ask?
There's been quite a few there as well, just random old women.
I've had plenty. That's back in pre-COVID times. I wouldn't see that happening now.
No, I think it'd do people
Yeah.
So hopefully we get gigs, I suppose.
Definitely.
You saw that gig in Liverpool.
Yeah, amazing.
It was a lot of fun, but I'm hoping that is hopefully to come in the next couple of months at least.
Yeah, I bet that concert was pretty exhilarating.
Yeah, I think having that feeling after so long.
Yeah.
That'll be quite exciting for a lot of us. So as someone with Duchenne, what's your message to the music community and the Duchenne and people with disabilities? What's your message to them?
I just kind of think that music is accessible to everyone, and obviously being disabled, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. You can use your disability as a way to inspire others and to find your voice in the world. So I think my message is just try and be yourself. Don't try and be something that you're not. Accept your conditions and show it off through the music.
Yeah.
Or any kind of performing that you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we just need to kind of just get past it and then just show that we're just like anyone else as well. And
exactly. Because the only difference is we have a condition that we got through birth, but we're still people.
Yeah, we shouldn't need to like prove ourselves to be just like everyone else, I don't think. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thanks for having us, Alex James. We'll see you about soon, and hopefully good luck with the band, and we'll be supporting you all the way here at Pathfinders. So good luck, and if you need a hand, then let us know and we'll do something together.
Right, thank you very much.
You.
All the best.